One night I was going to sleep, and I hopped in bed, and I called to my cat, and she jumped right on the bed and lay down next to me, and I was petting her for a little while, but then I heard something meowing behind me, and I felt something rub up against my back. I live alone, and I have one cat. I turned over to my left side, and there was my cat. I quickly turned back over to my right side, and nothing was there. What the hell was just next to me in the dark? And what the hell was I just petting? Every time I go to sleep at night, my closet doors just come open. It's just before I fall asleep. I see them come open, they get pushed open real slow. I lay there in my bed. I start scrunching my blanket up against my chin, and I see them come open, and there's no one there. I lay there for a minute, I turn on the lamp, and then I get up and slowly walk over. I feel around in the closet with a stick. I feel nothing. I see nothing. I close the doors back. I go back to bed. As soon as I start dozing off to sleep again, here they go again, slowly being pushed open until they're fully wide open. While I lay in bed, with my blanket scrunched up to my chin, alone in the dark. I turn on the lamp again. I walk slowly over to the closet doors. But this time, something flies out and grabs me, and everything just goes black. I thought I was gonna be the beauty queen of the prom. But then we died on the way going. Apparently there's a story about me that I haunt a road at night. Apparently it's true. Because I keep meeting strange people, and then I never see them again. You don't know what it's like to be trapped on the other side, caught in between life and death. This sucks. I can't pass over. I can't make it to the prom. I can't make it home. And I'm not gonna get to be beauty queen. But I'm always gonna be dressed up like one, ready and waiting for my crown. This really sucks. I tell my mom and dad I'm not going back to school anymore, and they ask me why. I told them I'm not telling them why. I'm just not going back to school anymore. The next day, the same thing happened at dinner. The third day, the same thing happened at dinner. The fourth day, it happened at dinner again. Do you know it was finally on the fifth day, they realized that I was upstairs in my bed dead, and it was never me at the kitchen table, but just my soul. Rather, I was upstairs, dead, 5 days ago. Thanks for catching on, Mom and Dad. I woke up from this terrible nightmare. I mean, it really haunted the crap out of me. I was having a cold sweat, and I was shaking. My wife, who I've been married to now going on 52 years, in the dream. I went to hug her, and she started screaming in my right ear, and I couldn't let her go. It's like she was glued to me. As she screamed, she just started crumbling away like ashes, and that's when I woke up. When I turned over and found my wife laying there in the bed next to me, I felt a lot better. When I went to give her a kiss on the cheek, she started crumbling away like ashes next to me in the bed. And I heard her scream in my head. My friend Luke is a very tall guy, and we happen to work together. doing home renovations. Damn fool got his head chopped off and went flying across the room. And he went falling off the ladder. And when his body hit the ground, a huge splat of blood went across the floor where his head should have been. I keep hearing growling in my closet and from under my bed. But I know that I only have one pet, and it's my dog Susie, and she's right here next to the bed on me. The thing is, she's squealing, and the thing in the closet and the thing under my bed is laughing and scratching and growling. I wish I had a dog that was brave. I swear I hate going home from work at night because there's only one road to drive down to get home, and I have to take that road. Every night I go down that road, it's always crossing the road in front of me at that same hour. 12:30 a.m. Does it know? Does it do this to everyone? Is it just me? It goes crossing the road and into the woods. One day I'm gonna find out what the hell that damn thing is, 'cause I know it's not human. I went into my office in my home to turn on the lamp. I was in the mood to do some work. So, I go in there, I turn on the lamp, and it comes on just fine. I decide to go downstairs and make me some tea. I go downstairs, I make my tea, and when I come back, my lamp is turned off. Honey? Sweetheart? My wife doesn't answer me. I look around the room in the dark, and what light is coming through the window, I don't see anyone, so I go over, I turn on the lamp again. It comes on just fine. I sat down in the chair and I closed my eyes for a minute, and all I hear is click. I open my eyes, and the room is dark. I sit there stunned, like you would not believe, wondering what the hell is going on. I quickly turned back on the lamp, and it came on just fine. I sat there for a moment still, looking around the room. I looked at my cup of tea. I took a sip. I looked at the lamp, and right there before my very eyes, the chain got pulled. Click! And the whole damn room went dark again. I quickly turned it back on, but then when the light came on, its face was right there, under the lamp light, staring at me, and it was a clown. That demon clown that haunts you in your dreams, long after you're awake, and when you can't sleep too. I get out of the water. I get back in the boat. I start rowing, and I get back to the dock. I walk up the hill, and I hear my name called. When I turn around, I see myself splashing around in the water. I turn back around and look at the house. I see my mom come running down the hill screaming my name. David! David! I run inside of the house because I'm freaking out and I don't know what the hell's going on, and the first reflection I see is not me at all, but rather I'm his girlfriend who drowned, and I'm taking on his place now. Mama will find out soon. People in my family keep on telling me that I sleepwalk. Well, I don't believe them. But one night, I woke up at my kitchen table, and all the lights were out, and I was sitting there in the dark. I didn't know why. It freaked me out for a little bit. I wanted to call Mom. I wanted to call my dad. I wanted to call my sisters and my brother too, but I was just so damn scared because I would close my eyes in my bed, and now when I'm opening them, I'm sitting in my kitchen table downstairs alone in the dark. I didn't want to wake them. I push the chair back and I feel something stopping it. As soon as I turn around and look up, it was some shadow man standing there with blazing red eyes looking at me and smiling. Just, he had razor sharp teeth. I was taking a long road trip by myself, and I had to stop at a motel, which was fine. But then, for some reason, in the middle of the night, I saw someone opening my hotel room door. Sorry, motel, I mean. And it was a naked woman with a brown paper bag over her head, and she was walking in like this crooked way. And I sat up in bed and said, "Excuse me!" I blinked and she was gone, and the door was closed, and I was alone still in the motel room. Somebody please tell me what the hell is going on. I'm the cemetery groundskeeper, and let me tell you, I do the overnight shift, and I see some pretty weird things. The worst thing I hate though, at night, is when I get a call from one of my coworkers telling me that there's somebody walking around in the part of the cemetery that's close to a busy street. And then when I get there, I just go ahead and take off running on back. Because I know after I cross a certain cemetery plot, that's always when the shadow runs at me from the same damn corner every time. I keep telling them it's just a shadow. No one believes me. The good news is that it's happened so many times, I'm not even scared of it anymore. We gave our daughter a doll for her birthday. She turned 3 years old. Now, she keeps this doll with her all the time. The thing that's freaking me out, though, and my wife, is that when our daughter's gone at daycare, the doll manages to end up all over the house, and we don't know how, and we don't know why. And when I say all over the house, I mean, I'm finding it on a kitchen counter. I'm picking it up and I'm taking it back to my daughter's room. 20 minutes later, I'm going to the bathroom, and what the hell's under the sink? My daughter's new little doll. How the hell did she get there? From there, back to my daughter's room. Let's say 2 hours later, I'm going to the fridge just to grab a drink. Open the fridge, the doll. Me and my wife think we're gonna be getting rid of this doll and tell our daughter, time for a new doll now. We ain't got time for this. I was sitting up late one night, I couldn't sleep. So I'm on the couch and I'm watching TV. All the lights are out, everyone else is asleep in the house. I've got the whole place to myself and I'm enjoying the vibe. In the dark, blanket, got my popcorn. I'm chilling. I look over to my left, the patio door is there. Look over to my right, the front door is there. Both of them are glass. I go back to watching TV, and then all of a sudden, I feel like somebody's watching me. So I look to my right, and I see 3 kids, pale white, white hair, solid black eyes, looking in the door at me. I look to my left. I see 3 more kids, pale white, white hair, solid black eyes, just standing there, staring at me. You know, the freakiest part was when I looked back at the TV, and there were 3 kids on the screen, pale white, white hair, black eyes, just staring at me. I was one of those guys that was just willing to do anything to get his needs met, if you know what I mean. Yes, I'm talking about prostitutes. I decided to go ahead and get me one night. This one, though, that I had kept on trying to convince me. All she would say was, Sir, I don't think I'm the kind of girl you want. And I kept on saying, no, I'm pretty sure you are. She was everything I liked. Anyway, we get alone. First thing she tells me again is, before I even touch you, I just want to let you know I really don't think I'm the type of girl you would like. I tell her, no, we've gotten to this point. I'm pretty sure you're what I'm looking for. Wrap my arms around her. As soon as I pull away, she was an old hag, aging second by second in front of my very eyes. And all I could hear her say was the third time, I told you I wasn't the kind of girl you would like. So I work late overnights at a hotel, and I always have to do room checks around 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Any time in that time frame is good. And as soon as I get to the 11th floor, I walk past room 1172. This is the room that freaks me out. Every time I walk past that room, I hear something move inside, and I know when someone is in that room and someone is not in that room. No one was in this room, but just like every night when I walk past, I hear something move inside the room. I open the door, and I find one of the drawers open next to the bed. Room is vacant, no one's renting it, just like I knew. I close the door back. I hear something move in the room. I open the door back. The drawer next to the bed is closed. The room is dark. I flash my light around, and then I hear someone laughing deep in the darkest corner of the room. That's when I slam it and take off running. I don't give a damn if I lose my job tonight. I'm done. Me and my friends like to take our cameras and go investigating abandoned places. We find some house in the woods about 50 miles from where I live. We're walking around this abandoned house and it looks like the family that whoever lived there just bailed out. Just ran out the door. We find these two kids randomly playing inside of the house and we say hi to them. They say hi back. They ask us, hey, you want to see something? We say, sure. We ask these two little kids, where are your parents? And they tell us, they left us a long time ago. So, why are you two kids here then? Because we're stuck. Come, we'll show you. So me and my two friends follow them. The whole time, we keep our camera on them. They walk through one doorway of a library that's in the house, turn right and point their fingers. We walk into the library of the house. When we look up with our cameras, there's one bookcase turned over on the body of two small children. It looks like they were pinned under there and died. And they've been there for a while. When we turn our cameras back to the two children that led us there, gone. Maybe they found their peace now that they have been found. My family is Muslim, and my mom always told me whenever I go in the bathroom to say a special prayer. But the truth is, I wasn't believing everything that I was being taught about my religion, so I never really thought about saying that special prayer anytime I would go in the bathroom. But I started saying it after one time when I went in, and I came out with 5 scratches on my back, all razor sharp, needle thin, and streams of blood going down my back. I learned my lesson. Now I say the prayer. I haven't had any more scratches since. But for some reason, now my mom keeps on getting scratched. Me and my partner work for the local precinct. We got a call about a woman screaming in the woods outside of somebody's house in the back. When we got there, sure enough, we heard the screaming. When we flashed our flashlights around, we didn't see anyone. We decided to go ahead and call it a night after about 20 minutes of looking. Mind you, the whole time, 20 minutes of looking, we heard the screaming, but saw no one. When we leave and turn our backs toward the woods to go back toward the house, we hear her screaming right up on us, right up on our ears, and made both of us stumble and fall over and take off damn near running. We flashed our flashlights around real fast. Nothing and no one was there. We stood up, and it was quiet. And then from behind us came the screaming again. This time, we got snatched into the woods. Now we're waiting to be found. We got this one lady that comes in the grocery store where I work. I always bag her groceries. She's new in town. Nobody knows who she is, but she's always talking to herself. She's never mean. She doesn't smell bad. She's not one of those types. No, I mean, she looks like a modern, everyday housewife. Nice lady, clean and everything. But she's always having a real conversation with somebody. So we all just let her be. Nobody ever says anything. We see her around town, she's often talking to somebody. To us, it just looks like she's talking to herself. But then we actually see her turn to her left or her right or wherever the direction is of the person she's with and actually ask them questions like, "What kind of ice cream do you want?" Or, "Do you want cream in your coffee?" Or, "I thought you said you weren't going to do that anymore." And then when someone walks past her and says hi to her, she stops and says hi, just like a normal person. Well, one day, the manager of the grocery store I work at finally asked her, "Miss, if you don't mind me asking, who are you talking to?" And the woman replied, "Oh, it's my daughter." "Your daughter?" "Yeah, my daughter, standing right here, don't you see her?" And then a few minutes later, the woman's face goes pale and blank, and she just starts screaming. She drops her bag and covers her face, falls to her knees screaming. The manager of the store asks her, Miss, what's wrong? What's wrong? Are you alright? Are you alright?" I don't think she knew her daughter was dead. "Mom, they don't see me because I'm dead. That's what I've been trying to tell you, but you don't listen." I went to a witch doctor. I wanted them to put a spell on someone who really made me mad. The witch doctor told me everything comes with a price. I told him name it. He told me after my spell works is when you pay. I told him you can't have my soul. He said fine. I won't take your soul. So we made the deal. We shook on it. And while we shook on it, I made sure to tell him too. I want nobody in my family hurt either. And he told me fine. Nobody in your family will be hurt either. But there is something I will take from you that you're gonna wish you had made clear to me. It's gonna be too late when I take it. So I asked him what was that, and as he let my hand go, he said the deal is already made. I've chosen what I want, and you've told me what you don't want to be harmed. Be on your way. I went on my way, and the person that I wanted the spell put on, 2 days later ended up in a wheelchair. Within 4 days later, I started looking like an old man. I went back to the witch doctor. I asked him what the hell was going on. He told me, you have no idea how long I've waited to be young again. I told you what I wanted. Now I'm taking it. And soon, you'll know what it feels like to be old. I don't know what it is, but I wish you would stop. I'm trying not to go crazy, but I'm starting to go just a little bit crazy. It just keeps coming right back on. I'll get up and turn it off. I go to sleep, and I'm awakened by the sound of it on again. The kitchen sink keeps on just coming on. My bedroom is not far from it, so I can't help but hear it. I don't know what the hell keeps turning it on, but I wish it would stop so bad. I don't want to keep getting up anymore to turn it off. I was sleeping at my girlfriend's house one night, and my back was toward the bathroom door. I don't remember feeling her get up, but anyway, when the light came on, I just yelled, Babe, you close the door, turn off the light?" Sure enough, the light went off. I dozed back off to sleep right away. But then I woke back up a little bit later, and here we go again. Babe, just close the door, turn the light off. If you're done already." She doesn't listen to me, and the light doesn't go off this time. So I turn over, and I find her laying right there next to me. and I see that there's nobody in the bathroom, and the light's just on. I wake her up and I asked her, "Did you leave the light on in the bathroom?" And she tells me this is the first time she's been awake since she's been asleep, all night long. So who the hell was that earlier in the bathroom with the light on and the door open, and turned it off? And then right before our very eyes, and while I'm looking at her, the light just goes out. And me and her stay there, quiet and still, scared, out of our wits. My parents died in a car accident, and I had to go live with my uncle. My uncle lives in Alberta, Canada, and he lives deep in the woods. He's a nice man, he doesn't bother anybody. It's just when he goes drinking at night, he starts dancing with somebody at night on the front porch, with somebody I can't see. I just wish life would be a little different for me. I was sleeping fine one night, and I heard a loud bam in my house. I got up, and it was the bathroom door that had slammed shut. I opened the bathroom door, nobody was there. That was the first time that's ever happened. The next night, it was my bedroom door that opened and slammed shut. On the third night, it was the doors to my kitchen that opened and slammed shut. And when I mean it slams, it sounds like a violent, loud, booming sound that just rumbles the whole damn trailer. Yes, I live in a trailer. But I have a nice trailer, so don't you worry about it. But anyway, on the fifth night, when the trailer door opened and slammed shut, that's when I decided it was time to move. I went ahead and just left, told whatever was in the trailer could have it. I'll tell you the story of a couple of children. They were playing with a Ouija board. They played with that Ouija board. They came across a spirit, and the spirit told them if they could guess its name, it would give them a prize. They tried different names, and none of the names were right. And they never said goodbye when they were done playing with the game.